with the fandom.net. We're here with Sabaa Tahir, with the author of An Ember in the Ashes. And the second one is going to be called The Rose and the Dagger, is that correct?
No, you're mixing me up with her.
Yes. And I just spoke with her a few days ago, that's why. Do you have a title for the second one?
I do not.
Oh, okay. So we have something to look forward to in the future, of course. Is this your first time at Comic-Con?
No, I've been here. I came here last year.
Oh, really? And how's the experience been, though?
This has been a little crazier than last year.
Yeah.
I think because of all the events. So, yeah, definitely crazy, but tons of fun.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Okay, so I have some questions for the fans, and one of them is, whose point of view did you enjoy writing most? Elias or... Is it Elias?
Elias, yeah.
Okay, or Laya?
So I really enjoyed both. I love Laya because of her determination and how fascinating it was to get inside her head and to figure out how she would develop her courage. But Elias was a challenge, and I love a challenge, so I did find him more fun to write in that regard because it made me work a lot harder.
Is it because of being from a male perspective, or just because of his character?
The fact that he's a male, and also he's a soldier, and I'm not, and so that's something that I had to really think about and learn about and research in order to incorporate into his character and have him be sort of an effective representation.
Yeah. I gotta say, I love Elias. And there was a point in the book, and it's the hardest part for me to read, where I thought if he didn't stay where he was, I was going to be so upset. If he turned his back at that moment, I would have been like, no. And I was like really happy that I mean I'm not happy at the situation, but I was glad that he stood there, kind of facing the commander and stuff, and just stood his ground, even though it could mean death, But anyway, that was off topic.
No, it's cool.
Off the point,
it's always
but
great to hear when people love it. No, it's awesome.
So An Ember in Ashes was an immediate success even before its release date. Yet it seemed like there was a large gap between its release date and the official announcement of Book 2. So why the delay?
Anyone was really wanting to hear reader feedback, and they were just wanting to sort of see how readers felt about the book. Did they want a sequel? Did they feel like the story needed to continue? So that was the gap. So what was great is that it didn't take very long after the book came out for them to see that readers were really excited about it.
And you were still writing it anyway.
I was working on it because I couldn't get it out of my head. So, I mean, I had a lovely librarian friend say, you know what, I'll print it from my basement. So if anyone hadn't taken it, I would have taken it to my friend's basement.
I mean, you definitely, even for me, I was like, I can't wait for Book 2. And then people were saying, we don't know. And I'm like, oh, it's going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I was really awesome. After reading it, I said, no, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So we know it's still very early, but is there anything you can tell us about Ember 2 or Book 2?
Well, Book 2 is going to take us north. It's going to follow Laya and Elias as they try to save Darin, Laya's brother, from Koth prison where he's been sent. And it's definitely going to look at how the events of Book 1 have affected these two characters, and how they have to battle what's going through their head. And it's also going to, I hope, I can't promise this because obviously it hasn't been finished yet, and I'm still writing it, but I am following Helene. She is a point of view character. So we're going to have a chance to get inside Helene's head and really get to know her a little bit better.
That is awesome.
And that's sort of been the plan from the very beginning. It was just that the first book she didn't quite work. I had written even a couple of chapters from her point of view, and then it just didn't fit in sort of how the first book was working. So I was like, okay, hopefully second book.
Well, considering that she's going to be there where they're not.
Exactly.
So you kind of need that. But also because of that situation where now she's conflicted, right?
Yeah,
as compared to...
Well, she has to be loyal to the Empire.
Yeah.
That's who Helene is,
And that's how she was trained. And
she was trained. It's very difficult for her to imagine anything else.
Exactly. Great. And here's a scenario. If you lived in the Empire, would you want to be a marshal, a scholar, or among the tribes?
I would probably want to be a Marshall, who was like Spiro Telemann, the blacksmith, so sort of a rebel and subversive, working against the Empire from the inside, because I think that would probably be the most effective.
And the most dangerous.
And, well, most
Maybe.
dangerous too, yeah, but
I mean, I guess that was Laya's situation. Oh, great. Okay, well, since we're at Comic-Con, I just wanted to know, like, if you could cosplay as anything or anyone, what would you want to cosplay as?
One of two characters, either Eritrea from the Elfstones of Shannara, which is actually going to be a TV series on TV, so I think there'll be more opportunity for cosplay after that comes out.
Yeah.
But I always loved her. She was one of my favorite characters in fantasy. Or Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, who I adore, and I actually saw a little girl dressed as Kamala Khan today. It was like the coolest thing ever. Either of those would be great.
Okay,